From the district's perspective, I believe the arrangement between the Booster Club and the school, I thought it worked extremely well, and as a result, students were able to continue their participation in their clubs and in the athletics. And I think what was even more amazing is it was accomplished under some difficult circumstances. And what I mean by this is that the parents had to assemble quickly. They had to gain their nonprofit status, and that entailed a considerable amount of research on their part. There were various legal hoops to jump through, and while they were pursuing their nonprofit status, they also had to develop the entire framework for their organization, and they had to do that from the ground up. They had to develop their bylaws, their membership criteria, participation criteria, and everything they did had to match the policies of the school district, and they had to match the expectations and the membership criteria of the West Ulster Athletic Conference. And perhaps one of the more sensitive issues or dicier issues was they had to be sensitive to the collective bargaining agreement of the teachers union. So all these things were all going on, and it all had to come together and fall into place in a relatively short period of time in order for. I'm not going to say there weren't bumps along the way, but I think another thing that made it work was with any new adventure like this, I think everyone viewed it as, or they expected, when these types of things become, they're new, the bumps in the road are to be expected, and I think people looked at it like that. And so eventually what those things became were learning opportunities. And I also believe that what the Booster Club faced in terms of the West Ulster Athletic Conference, it really wasn't all that different than what other schools faced when they became new members of the West Ulster Athletic Conference. But with that said, they had to do that while being conscious of the collective bargaining agreement. So